Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm the Castle Girl. Today, I'm at Kildrummy Castle. Kildrummy Castle was an enclosure castle in Aberdeenshire, just off the A97. It sits near the settlement of Mossat and Glenkindy. Building began in the 13th century by the Bishop of Caithness, Gilbert de Moravia, in 1240. Kildrummy was an imposing polygonal-shaped stronghold with a great curtain wall and towers rising from it. They may have been the residences of the lords of the house. There was once an impressive donjon or snow tower which would have been the Earl's residence, but this collapsed in the early 1800s. Still standing today are the Warden's Tower, which is almost its full height still, and two smaller towers. You can clearly see the gable end of the chapel with its three elegant lancet-shaped windows that would let light shine onto the altar. The original castle was built by Alexander II and held by the Earls of Mar. It was known as the noblest of northern castles. Edward I of England, also known as the Hammer of the Scots, stayed at Kildrummy in 1296 and again in 1303, and it is believed he contributed to construction of the castle by building the gatehouse in the same style to that at Harlech Castle in Wales. Kildrummy has a complex history, with numerous sieges and attacks throughout, with 8 being documented. The first in September 1306 was after Robert the Bruce sent his wife Elizabeth and his young daughter Marjorie here for their safety after his defeat at the Battle of Methven. They were in the care of his younger brother Neil. In 1335 it was attacked by Edward III's supporter David of Strathbogie. He was the Earl of Atholl at the time and had earlier been banished from Scotland by Robert the Bruce. The castle held out against the attack, being protected by Christina Bruce during the Second War of Scottish Independence. Her husband, Sir Andrew Maury, and his forces eventually rescued her. In 1346, the castle was occupied by Thomas the Earl of Mar after David II was captured at the Battle of Neville's Cross. He refused to hand it back after David was ransomed, but was eventually recaptured by the Scots King in 1361. In 1404, Alexander Stewart, known as the Wolf of Badenoch, became the Earl of Mar and holder of Kildrummy after he murdered Sir Malcolm Douglas, who was a Castellan 2 years previously, and forcefully married his widow Isabel, the Countess of Mar. The castle was taken over in 1435 by James I of Scotland. Kildrummy was granted to Alexander Elphinstone in 1507 by James IV. 1531, the castle was burned after John Strachan of Lenturk stormed it. In 1654, it was captured by Oliver Cromwell's army by Colonel Morgan during his religious wars. In 1690, it was attacked and slighted by the Jacobite army. The castle was abandoned after John Erskine, Earl of Mar, planned the ill-fated Jacobite Rising of 1715. The castle's noble days had come to an end. In 1951, the castle's care was given to the Ministry of Work. Today, Kildrummy's care is now in the hands of Historic Environment Scotland. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to visiting a castle near you. Bye!